Hello, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, here as we continue the introductory story for Mathias Moore, the Fist of the Sahara. Last time you left the desert sands and the people there after imbuing yourself with some sense of super ninja power of the culture, and returned home. Started hearing a bit about some contacts that your father had from his work, eventually signing up with the Independent Intelligence Espionage Security Organization, EYES.
That's a bit of a mouthful. You should work on that.
EYES. EYES, I-I-E-S, EYES. After talking with the director and taking on your father's case as the first that you worked on, you did a bit of a stakeout and a bit of a metalworking facility, and came face to fist with Might is Right, who left you strung up on a machine, threatening that maybe he'd have to get your sister involved if you keep butting in and demanding, making demands of your father and this corporation. Dismantle this, unionize that, etc., etc. And you called the director and said, "There's a robot man.
Oh.
Got anything that can help with a robot man?" And he's
Made of metal, robot guy.
like, "Yeah, we'll send out Agent Ohms." So, that's where we pick up.
That's an electricity thing.
It is an electricity thing. It has to do with the the rate of resistance that an item has. To my understanding, I'm not an electrician.
So, let's see. You are in Florida in your new residence, I believe.
Yes, my house. It's definitely mine. Look at that. Check the paperwork. Totally says so.
It's, let's say about 8:30 in the evening, May 31st, 2010, and you get a message from the director, basically saying, we may have another mission for you. I think it's best to detail in person. When would you be available?
Alright, send back whenever you need me.
He sends to you. He is staying in the Brooklyn secured office. For you, easiest entrance would be the metal box below the sign of Billy's Pizza at Bedford and Carroll.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just start zapping my way over there.
Well, we say from the middle going down, that was, 40 minutes? So about an hour and a half for you to get from Florida to New York, as a guess.
I think I moved 60 miles a second. So I think it'd be a lot less than that.
I think last time we came up with it was something like 10 miles every 6 seconds, I thought. What is your...
60 mile is my transmit.
What is the actual speed?
60.
So is it...
Do I move 60 feet?
What, rank 14?
I believe so. I don't have the rank written down. I have the 60 miles.
Okay. Well, that would have really... Oh, maybe it was then 10 miles per second, because it would be a 6-second round.
Okay, so yeah, 10 miles per second.
Anyways, I think we came up with something... Last time it was like 40 whatever minutes for you to move from halfway down the country to when you went down to Florida, so going past that all the way up to New York, probably twice that. A little less than an hour and a half.
It's a little over 1,000 miles, something like that.
Yeah. this isn't the part where you're pressed for time. Doesn't matter. That'd be a lot more bigger deal if you were dealing with, I don't know, someone that can move faster than you. We're not. But yeah, Bedford and Carroll, look around a bit. There's a sign, pizza, Billy's, pasta.
Good name.
And below that, sort of like next to the door, there's like, you know, concrete barrier like between like the door and the window or whatever. And there's, you know, whatever the dress number. And there's just sort of a box, just sort of a slightly rusted metal square, really, like it's inset into the concrete with a door with a padlock. It's kind of something you walk by every day, never think second of.
Go up and try to open it.
Well, I mean, it's padlocked, but it's a metal.
Go into the box.
Yeah, and you find
Ohms in a box.
you find basically in there. I guess you can sense around what it is, and it's sort of antenna structure, electronics built in there, and cables going down.
I go down the cables.
You go down and out into a small computer room, underground. It has a single door leading out from it.
Just open the door.
And that leads into sort of a little bit of a central lobby. Sue Sanchez.
Did I make her husband clean poo?
Yeah, you did a lot of things for it to her husband.
Including saving him.
Yes, including saving him, that is true.
I mean, I feel like we can't just go ahead and gloss that over.
Yeah, no. Sort of a youthful, pale, you know, and probably about 30, blonde, and you know, sort of a stylish woman's suit. Sort of looks up from a desk sort of set into a corner. Otherwise, there are 3 doors leading off of it. And you can hear from the one off to your, or 3 more doors leading off of this. One off to your right, you hear a bit in the distance, sort of a bit of a rumbling, as if, you know, something on the same level of a subway train going by.
I walk up to her and say, Agent Ohms for the director?
She rolls her eyes. He'll see you. And sort of points towards one of the doors.
What? It's like a receptionist, you don't want to receive? Whatever.
But going to that door, basically it's that door, and then immediately beyond it is a secondary door. You can kind of even see there's like a little air gap in between the two, as like the room is literally not touching. But otherwise, doors unlocked. And the director looks up to you. He's right about 70 years old. Clean-shaven, silver hair, full head of hair.
I felt that glance. Rude.
Scarring along his left ear. Just sort of dressed in a neat suit and a tie.
I'm wearing like blue jeans, work boots, and a t-shirt.
Yep. And stands up and gestures towards the seat across from him. Sit down, Ohms.
Go and like kind of sit down, lounging a bit, just seriously considering putting my feet up, but don't kind of attitude.
He sits down, upright, leaned forward at attention. We've yet to track anything down on your elusive Miss Kitty, but of course we'll let you know still once we have anything further. We do have another mission. A new hire of ours who recently signed up is asking for assistance on a mission with a robotic machine man. We've not yet investigated the robot that you had uncovered from Winter Park. That's slated for our Nevada facility that's still under construction. But if this one appears similar, certainly let us know, based on whatever you find of it. Seemed like the kind of thing that might be right up your alley. And from the sound of it, there may need to be some level of investigating and relocating it as well. But I wanted you here because I need to note further goals. Is to foster a good relationship with this boy. Yes, young Mr. Mathias has only been with us a few days. We would like to see him stay with us long term, both for the sake of what he can do and his father's company is definitely of importance to us as an organization. Keeping the lights on, facilities maintained. In fact, it'd be quite nice if the young Mathias could be persuaded to move stateside, as we've had more active ongoing investigations here. And you've been accepting a fair number more missions with us lately, which I'm quite grateful for, and hopeful that it means that you're considering some of the potential offers for advancement. But the main thing we really need to see is leadership skills. As we try to pull this assortment of divergent super people together to be some sort of team that can accomplish anything. You've been with us the longest. Yeah. At least ongoing. We'd like to see what you can do with that.
Oh yeah, I'm real interested in it. Also, I have a house I have to pay for now, so, and a car.
Yes.
So now that I actually have possessions, I guess I ought to work on being a member of society.
You know, most people have to become a member of society in order to get the possessions.
I mean, most people can't turn into a lightning cloud either, so...
I yield.
Expecting the extraordinary to go about things ordinarily is, I mean, I try. I've had many people say that I am trying.
Yes, you're quite trying.
So if I'm officially employed, which is why I'm here,
Yes.
do I buy my own suits, or...
What... I mean, we certainly have a discretionary fund. What were you in the market for?
I mean, I've got work clothes, but I think I need work clothes.
Forgive ignorance. Does yours require a specific material to go with you?
Nope, all comes with me. Otherwise, I'd show up naked a lot more often than I do.
I'm guessing that's just a choice you get to make when you make your character. Just be like, yeah, I can teleport, but clothes don't work.
I believe it's like a disadvantage.
Just a thematic choice.
I think it's a disadvantage, like where you have limited teleportations where non-organic materials don't come with you or
Whoopsie.
something like that. It's like all cotton. What's wrong with polyester? I just can't seem to hold on to it.
Miss Sanchez, can you cut Agent Ohms No, they wouldn't know that. Never mind. A check to be able to buy a suit. We'll get you taken care of. She'll have the information needed there.
Is this contact that I'm going to meet, is it time sensitive, and do we have a phone number? Or do I need to find it?
We have a phone number. I'll give you the address to the, he's staying at his father's London townhome. Again, his father is important to us.
Alright. I'm not going to mess it up.
We can get you both of those. And as far as time sensitive, I believe there have been a series of attacks, but they've tended to be a few days apart. And the last one was earlier. Well, just a few hours ago.
Alright. It's going to take me... Start trying to do a mental calculation. I don't know, probably 2 hours?
Oh, a fair bit more than that going over the ocean.
I'm not 100% sure.
But not quite double that.
New York to London. Distance. Thanks, Google. 3,459 miles. 4,000... Oop, that's the wrong one. 4,359 divided by... it's 10 miles a second. So, divided by 10, and that's how many seconds. And then divided by 60... Nope, divided by 6. Because that would be... 72 minutes. 72.65 minutes.
Yeah, so it'll take you about 3 hours.
Rude.
Rude. You are still dealing with the realistic of things where, yes, your power in the short term...
There's a straight line. There is, in fact, a cable running all the way underneath the ocean.
That probably is that, is it there?
Yep. Because they used it during World War II for communications between the States and London, and it is still there to this day, so it would certainly be there that day.
Alright, no, I'm not.
Which is why I specifically checked London.
Yeah.
It goes to London.
Also, he's in London.
Yeah, well, that's not why I would have checked London anyways, because I know about the cable.
And if you need a place to stay for the evening, we do have extra rooms here.
I figured I'd just go ahead and head on out.
If you'd prefer.
I go to get a... I'm like, alright, I'll go check on that, get the check put in for Miss Sanchez, and I'm going to go ahead and move some of the money
So she has... Yeah, so she hands you a check made out to a tailor, and an address for a tailor, and it tells you that they open at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And they'll take care of you there.
This is a very peculiar way to handle this, but alright. I stick my head back in the room and I'm like, it's to the tailor. I'm just going to stay here then.
So I thought, he probably doesn't thumbs up. I thumbs up. He probably doesn't thumbs up.
He probably just kind of goes, yes, I know.
Not as much. We have a room. And the other... The door that didn't go towards his office or seemingly out to the subway goes to a hallway that has a number of rooms off of it.
I just close the door and I go and stand in front of her desk and go, Agent Ohms for a room, please?
She gets up. She looks and she opens the door.
Just...
Any of the ones on the left. No one's in any of those.
Thank you. You
slightly hear the Sal's right about him.
He doesn't know I did anything wrong either.
He kind of did. He clearly did.
I succeeded the heck out of that deception check. He thinks the kid did it. The kid thinks he did it.
Otherwise, morning, small room, easy enough accommodations. Morning, easy enough to get a tailor. Gives you a few options.
3-piece, gray, lavender shirt with silver and lavender tie. Shoes that, whilst nice, actually still have tread on the bottom.
He sends away for the shoes. Otherwise, everything else, they're there by the time he's finished. Likely getting everything quite fit to you. Couple of hours.
Pull out my phone.
For some reason, the
Sharp.
check that they sent for him, you moved to the top of the line.
Yeah, play Sharp Dressed Man on my phone or sing it.
Probably not that unusual.
I walk in like a 2-day-old dirty t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah. And you walk out a real man.
You can go to an ATM, get some money, go to the barber, get lined up,
Mm-hmm.
hop in the cable, go to London.
Yep. The townhome has, electronics running into it. Do you go inside or do you knock?
I got contact information, yeah?
Yeah.
I call.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on.
Well, first I go into my phone and reprogram it so that I can actually make international calls. I jailbreak my phone.
What did we were? $13. So it's about 4:30 in the afternoon for you. Yeah, I'd say 5:30.
Totally forgot about time change.
Yeah, no.
I was real confused as to what you were doing.
Yeah, no, it's exactly the same reason he paused. It was earlier. Well, it was a few hours ago because it was earlier, but it was also the next day that he actually had the attack. So, 5:30. You get a call. You don't recognize that number.
You always answer your phone every time, no matter who's calling.
I mean, I fundamentally disagree with you. However, in this instance, it would be real helpful.
Yeah,
to
really
answer
convenient.
Your phone.
So yes, I answer my phone because it's what you do. Who's gonna spam me anyway? I'll buy out the company that hired you. I will fire you.
How you doing? My name's Agent Ohms from Eyes. I was informed to contact you about your problem.
Giant metal guy made of metal.
I mean, yeah, that's what I heard. Are you available for a meeting?
Yes, I'm at the villa.
Excellent. Go ahead and open your front door. I'd appreciate that.
Give me like 10 minutes.
What do you do?
I go to my front door. It
You're-
takes me a couple minutes. I imagine I'm on a back patio enjoying it.
You're in the townhouse still. You're at the
townhouse?
London townhouse. Yeah,
Oh.
you're actually not at the chateau.
Then I'm in a townhouse, and it takes me far less time to get to the front door.
But
Yeah.
he still makes me wait for another for the time.
I'm in the bath.
I worked hard last night for like 3 hours. I deserve to treat myself.
And you are being studious before that.
Yeah,
Going over flashcards and everything.
yeah. You gotta take your fun and your work. Then yes, I go to my front door and I check to see if there's someone there.
There
Yeah.
is, in fact, someone there.
So, if you want to describe what you look like,
I'm about I'm 5'6", so I'm a relatively shorter sized man, skinny, and I'm currently wearing a very nice 3-piece charcoal gray suit with seems to be perfectly well coiffed and put together because I went to a barber. And I appear to be just kind of sitting there enjoying the shockingly, I assume, sunlight in London.
Oh yeah, it's London. Probably not. It's probably pretty gay.
bit gray, yeah.
Big gray, cloudy.
There's a few beams of sunlight through the clouds, though. It's
just
Picturesque.
sitting there, apparently waiting quite patiently.
No, yeah. Well, please come on in.
and he sees.
An average dude of average looks, pretty averagey.
Yeah, I'm also brown and brown. Brown
Yeah,
hair,
it's like
brown hair, brown eyes.
No,
like,
I got blonde hair.
I tried to make
I got
myself
blonde hair,
the
made
gray
myself
man, basically.
An athletic youth, or am I youth? I don't know.
Relatively.
30. That's
You're older than I am.
That's good. That's adult. An adult. I don't know. I feel like I don't. What do you? I guess you just call 30s adults because 20's young, below 20's youthful.
As someone who's 34, I don't know what. I
Like-
feel like that has to be wrong.
We're probably just gonna
Like
die soon.
40s
Yeah.
and 50s is your middle age.
I think
Like your 60s and your 70s, that's the older
I think
people.
when your people are living pretty standardly in the 80s, 40s, and 50s
Yeah.
would be at middle age. Yeah.
Then yes, I'm an adult male.
Adult
Of
male.
average height with blonde hair. Athletic build. Buff.
So you're
But swimmer
taller.
body.
You're definitely taller than me.
Yeah, 5'10". Got that swimmer body.
From all the swimming in the desert.
Well, from martial arts.
Yeah.
Got that cardio body.
Yeah.
How do you do? My name's Mr. Ohms. I met with the director and came on over. And why don't you go ahead and tell me what happened?
Sure. Come on. We'll come and we'll talk in the study. Don't worry. Don't right through here. Invite him into the house. Get you a drink.
I mean, gin and tonic if we're doing this.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I have it somewhere in this bar. Go behind my fully stocked bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's your father's study. Yes, you do. you in fact have a couple different options for.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever.
I'm hosting.
Yeah.
I make him some drinks.
You've seen it plenty of times.
I know. Yeah. I go over the fight. He's big, strong, can jump real good. Made of metal. Pretty hard to punch.
Was he hard to hit, or when you punched him, it just didn't do anything?
It was mostly dealing the damage that was hard. I mean, he wasn't exactly moving out the way.
Hmm. And where did this take place?
Oh, one of my dad's factories. One of the family factories.
Excellent. Would it be all right if I went in there and looked around?
Sure, I can give you the address, let you know which one.
I appreciate that.
And I do.
Yeah. So you zap on over there.
I don't let him see me zap on
Okay.
over there.
But the fact that he's not going with you means that you're probably not going to take the time walking.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, no. Metal manufacturing facility, which currently has a number of people working on clearing the wreckage of, like a conveyor belt that has been, destroyed. A number of machines have been destroyed. See a number that have had metal wrapped around to sort of make like the harness that he'd been put up on. Someone kind of walks up to you as you, can I help you?
Yeah, I got the, what is your full name?
More.
Mathias Moore.
I've been hired by Mathias Moore to go ahead and look over a few things.
Wait here for a second. I'll check with Maxwell.
Well, that's true, because he's super fast. So at a certain point when he's like there, and I'm like, I should probably call ahead and let him know he's on his way.
Yeah.
Let them know, and he's like, yeah, he's already here. Man works quick. Man's fast.
no. Yeah. Older man. Bit of a resemblance, you can tell. Maxwell Mole Manufacturing.
Mr. Ohms, Private Investigations.
And who are you with?
Ice.
He's fine. Let me know if you need anything specific.
Of course, Mr. Moore.
And kind of walks back to where he came. The
walking.
other guy that had starts walking up and at least telling a few people.
Yeah, my standard demeanor has pretty much completely changed. Like, really straight back, walking.
Well, you're in a suit.
Yeah.
It's designed. It pulls you forward.
I know, but
It's
I'm
actually a piece of hooper tech. It's mind washing you.
I'm owning it.
I mean, also just the way it's stitched, it makes it more comfortable to be in a better posture than a bad posture. If it's
Well, I'm just saying that, like, I'm deliberately changing my standard walking around. Papers, why are you out of order?
I always wonder the exact same
I don't
thing.
like it. You will stay in the order that I put you in. Do not move. I swear to God, I will invade Poland. Polish people are just like, not again.
World War jokes aren't funny right now.
And hey,
No, I would argue they've never been funnier.
yeah, it's true. You gotta laugh. Hey man, we don't want to set the world on fire.
I mean, it's always burning since the world's been turning, but
We didn't start it, so.
Yeah, we didn't start it, so it's fine to fan the flames.
anyways,
As long as you can go through the fire and the flames.
you look around. You look around. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I'm looking for security cameras and
You
also
can see some up there.
just basic, like, if I can deduce what happened from the wreckage. I don't know how much has been moved around, or...
I mean, things have been definitely moved around as they're actively clearing the wreckage at this point.
I do have investigation, so I can just do a good old-fashioned investigation.
Do that. That's
18.
18. Of some notes and also just some what you can hear. Like you can tell, like one of the conveyor belts that's kind of crumpled up, like it's like a fist that's like that big had been pushed down in the center of it. Like, you can find like a door that basically has been ripped free from the, like the hinges where he'd entered. You can see basically it didn't like it's not like a smart I'm tearing out like the wires with the it's like a this machine I've taken out the corner panel where there was a spot to grab and rip a piece off.
So not deliberate destruction, but
More deliberate destruction, not destruction of the level of I know what I'm actually destroying. It seems a lot more ripped of metal than ripped of components.
yeah, it's not taking the battery out of the watch; it's throwing the watch in a blender.
Yeah. And you can see like the spot where apparently Mathias was strung up, and you can see like various cabling that had been wrapped around where he was, but where things had like metal has been like just like you can see like hand marks where things have been bent together to make enough frame to tie him to. Just as whatever one of the arbitrary machines that looks like he just kind of pummeled on it for a while. So that kind of thing. You do see that there are some security cameras mounted in here. So
All right, after my preliminary, I go up to one of I imagine I have a handler, someone who's like with me while I'm investigating, or is there someone nearby? Or
the guy that had first come up to you kind of went around to those that are around and just sort of pointed you out more as you got to but no one's necessarily following you. You said you're with eyes, and they kind of just let you poke around as you want.
I turn to him and go, security cameras? Where's the footage?
Yeah, follow me. And he'll kind of watch back. I don't think there's anything on this one, but we have one from one of the other facilities that got a glimpse of him.
Okay.
But he kind of shows enough to hear. You can actually see when Mathias entered and climbed up to wait in rafters on some things, but around the time that you hear probably what is that original door being, metal on metal sound, and then a short pause, and then the camera's cut off.
Just go interesting. And you said there was another facility?
Yeah, this is the third. Anyways, and they have a rough shot of the guy, mostly from the back, from one of whatever electronics, like a kind of facility that was the second one that he'd attacked. Skills. I guess that'd just be perception.
I mean, the only specialty thing I have entered is like spycraft. So got deception, spycraft, and insight, investigation, perception, energy craft, stealth, and tech.
Yeah, this would probably just be perception.
Nope.
Total of
9.
9. Yeah, nothing. You can kind of see some of the glare. There's shines, along his arm, or maybe like along the back. Just like little light spots. In the light reflecting from whatever outside light was coming through. But nothing too detailed. And you can actually see him go over to whatever panel where he ripped something out and the cameras went out. So.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Can I get the addresses of the other facilities?
Certainly.
And would you mind having someone call ahead and tell them that I might be by?
Yeah, we can.
I'll talk.
Let's get you something actually instead. And if you need to, hands you a list. We have a number of, basically, the hands you like what is like almost like a brochure company, like what seems like, from the look of it, like this is a invest with us kind of like brochure, like 3-page fold out of the basic overviews of just more manufacturing, and on the back of it lists the 17 like actual like facilities that they operate.
Oh, thank you.
So these are 3 of 17 that have been hit.
Just I appreciate that.
But yeah, if you give a few minutes, we'll get something written up for you to let him know.
All right.
And he goes and he'll get Maxwell to basically generate something on stationary then.
Yeah, I call
Mathias?
Mathias.
I call Mathias again.
Ring, phone call.
I answer my phone.
That's what I was waiting for. So,
Gotta let it ring first.
oh, for love of Pearl Harbor.
I'm not psychic.
That's okay. Hi. So I looked over the footage and investigated the facility a little bit over here. Why were you in the rafters?
Well, I wanted to, hide from him so I could observe first.
So were you aware that this was a ongoing issue? Were you
Yes.
here specifically
This is
to
like
try to capture this
the
person?
third attack, I believe. I think. Was it third?
It was
Yeah.
third.
Yeah, the third attack.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and I might have a look around the other facilities. They're working on writing me up something for that.
Yeah.
I
will note, while you didn't ask, they didn't tell you what his powers were, they did clearly make it clear he has some sort of power. You don't know what he could do any more than he knows what you could do. Well, he probably knows what you could do, because they mentioned they had a guy that turns into electricity. He's assuming that's who they're sending on for
Sounds like
metal
somebody
man.
you'd send to fight a metal guy.
Yeah. So I would get my little pass or whatever they wrote me up.
Yeah, it's like a letter, like stationary.
Fold that up, put it back in my set. I go, thank you guys very much. Now I'm going to go and walk around the factory. And I'm going to find something in the electrical grid to pop into, and I'm going to start working backwards through all available cameras. like any ATMs have cameras. There's light
Like
cameras on
spycraft.
lights. There's
Cameras on a lot of things. 15.
Yeah, you're able to find some in there.
The main thing I'm looking for is like the direction the guy came to the facility, and either if he was walking or how he got there. I'm trying to figure out which direction he came in from. And then I'm going to try and backtrack that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you find a probably first spot. There's a little bit back where he came from, sort of a footpath. And you can track him back a few roads, but there's not necessarily enough, especially once you kind of get him off of like the street path to one of the just sort of walking bike paths that go between alleys and much of that kind of thing. Once it kind of gets a few blocks away, where you're not really sure.
Okay. Oh, this is going to be a real bad culture shot for him. I'm gonna go and pull up within the computer and systems of the city. I'm gonna pull up a map and try to map his path and just go, why is there no grid? Where is grid? But where is grid?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take the files, camera shots I got, and compress them into a file and send them to Mathias. Your name is dumb. I'm gonna say so you just get like an email with backtrack of the progress I've taken so far. Any of them clearer pictures than what I saw at the other one? Or any way I can clear them up?
Some of them are a little clearer, just because there's a little more light in some of them. But he, unlike what you saw when he was in the facility, or if you choose to talk to him later, what he saw when he was in there, when he was on the street, like he had like the Thing level trench coat.
So he had a creeper coat on.
Yeah. So he was largely covered up, hat, coat, something that maybe, someone that is obviously doesn't look normal, of flesh might have to wear when they're out.
But he's a big man.
Yes, he is a large man. Yeah, that is.
But
definitely...
you're wearing that coat, everyone just ignores you. They don't want to see what's under it.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And it's definitely, like, any of the trouble, he's at night, There may be better streetlights than in the facility where you're just relying on the streetlights coming through a window.
Okay, I'm going to try to extrapolate, approximately, which direction he was coming from. Or
yeah, you can kind of...
Is there parking garages or a parking lot or anything like that? Somewhere where you would park a vehicle if you're going to walk in. Because I imagine he'd be a memorable cabbie ride, so I'm going to check to see if he had parking lots first, and then if I don't find thing in the parking lots, I'm going to check.
There's lots of
cabs.
Street parking out there. Like, lots of areas where he could have just been parked along the side of the road.
Okay.
So,
But he probably needs a bigger vehicle, which is what I thought. And London is like a city where parking sucks. And he needs...
Partially because I want so much of it just being street.
Okay, but
yeah.
So there really is...
There are options. He definitely could have parked here, but nothing that your camera necessarily catches him getting out of a vehicle that you're able to...
Okay. Yeah, so I just compress those files of the pictures of them and send them off, and then I go to the location of the first attack.
Okay.
And then...
Yes.
And I'm going to go through cameras and try to do the similar thing there. I'm not even going to go really, and I mean, I'm going to go and talk to them and be like, "You have cameras? Let me see them."
Yeah. you're able to get even less from that one in particular. Talk to some people about the damage. At this point, that facility is up and running. But from what they could tell, like, he might have been in there maybe a minute. He broke up a few things, left a threatening note.
What does the note say?
They've all kind of been. The first couple were just sort of dismantle business grouping and recognize union organization and demands. Just trying to break up and shrink the company.
What was here before this was here? Like, was this a original facility built by the Moore family, or was this something they took over?
The first one is actually not necessarily a manufacturing so much as just like a shipping outbound. It's where a lot of stuff goes through along the river.
So it's logistics.
Yeah, logistics center, and it's along the river. And like there's probably other similar business before that, but that's been
Okay, so it would be someplace where a disgruntled
15
worker.
or something year. Yeah, it would have been a while back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go and check do the same thing where I'm gonna try and find cameras on the outside and see if I catch anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that at like all the facilities too. So.
Mm-hmm.
And how far apart are the facilities? Are they like all within London, or are they?
They're all in the greater London area. The whole array of them is all kind of in that general vicinity.
So they're like within 20 miles.
It can be more than that, but
Well, like 20 square miles.
something. I mean, because it's I forget exactly, but I mean it's easily can be hour plus from one to the next. But it definitely seems that the ones that have been hit have kind of been somewhat spread apart.
Okay, so
Like
he's definitely moving there somehow.
Yeah.
Well, public transport's pretty prevalent, so I'm probably going to need to check the public transport, because...
Although, again, with what you can see of his look, if he was doing public transport, he would be very noticeable.
yeah.
So,
Okay, so I'm going to, go and check around there again.
yeah. You make a their spycraft check with that.
22.
Okay.
He got caught by more cameras this time.
Yeah. Or you're able to find the cameras that he was caught by.
Yeah.
You get to a point where you're able to see a point where you find a camera that it's not like a lie. It is like a series. Like it is like every 15 seconds. It's an image, that kind of conservative security camera that's outside of some office building that you're able to hop into and get. And at that, you're actually able to see him leaving, like as he's like partway out of a vehicle. Make a perception check.
I think that's perception. That is a 16.
16. On that camera, you're not able to get too much detail. Maybe the hat brim's kind of in front of him as he's leaving the back of some sort of what looks like would be like delivery truck for like Yeah, that kind
They're
of.
the tall ones.
Yeah, where he's kind of out of that, but you're not able to necessarily get like a license plate because it's another car in the way and it had parked in there from it. But you're able to kind of see at least the style, just sort of a unmarked, sort of gray van. And you can kind of tell from that there is somebody sitting. Your camera angle is the back of it as he's crawling out. But you can see there's someone sitting in the front seat.
So someone's driving.
Someone is driving him. And this was probably a few blocks away, but through like a footpath kind of alley that he had to walk back to. You know, that kind of thing, where as far as where they dropped him off compared to where he was going, like you can kind of tell maybe there was probably some deliberate effort put into.
I'm going to compress those files and send them to Mathias and go to the second location. The second. Because, I went to the third to the first. And go.
That was the second.
Oh, that was the second.
Yeah.
Did I not
But you
get
didn't
anything?
find you didn't find anything on the first.
I didn't roll for the first.
I didn't have you roll for the first.
Rude.
There wasn't anything on the first.
Okay. Okay.
There actually wasn't anything available.
About what time of day is it at this point?
It's definitely around sundown. It's getting late.
Okay.
Are you doing anything in the day other than occasionally noticing you get emails through, or?
I mean, well, I go through his works.
Yeah.
Write up my suppositions, and then I
Make a perception check.
little circle and be like, there's a person.
Make a perception check. What ability's perception? Awareness?
I'm gonna say probably awareness. That makes a lot of sense to me.
I have a +4 to it, so it's either
24?
it's intellect. Perception is intellect because I have a plus.
Is it?
Nope, that's 3. Sorry, I was looking at ranks instead of abilities. It is awareness.
Okay, I was gonna say that would be really surprising. So 24.
Yes.
I
get plus 12.
You're able to notice in the security footage of the middle one, which you didn't bother pulling up or asking about or anything before you went and staked out. That you see something that might have been there when you were dealing with him. Things were kind of tense. You didn't know, but you see a little light, sort of like it looks like maybe it could be a glare, but there's like a little spot. It's emitting a very kind of a dim light right around the nape of his, like the back of his neck.
So what, like an off switch?
Something there, but there's something it's emitting a little bit of light right there.
Well, I go ahead and highlight that point on the individual and return to sender.
You thought it was just kind of another part where light was hitting him, but okay, maybe that's not where the body bends in that way with.
I'd basically give you a call and say, so do you got time for a meal or some drinks? Look over some of this stuff?
Sure. You want to eat in? I can call in the catering.
Oh yeah, that would work out pretty good. I'll be there. You should probably just go ahead and go to the door.
No.
I'm at the door.
Works for me.
This guy just always calling from right outside your door. What's with it?
Some people like to do the mysterious thing. It's fine.
But you're able to have things brought in. What do you go over in particular?
Well, he's definitely mad at you. Don't know what y'all did, but they don't like that. And if there's a few things we need to figure out here. We need to figure out.
He's one of those union loonies.
We need to figure out if
that's why he's mad.
He's in charge of himself or if someone else is. We need to figure out who his driver is. Did I get a gender on the driver?
No.
Right. There's definitely someone driving this car. And I don't know how many of these freaking vans are in your city.
A lot of them.
Okay. So we can do this. We can go and stake out some of these other places and see if they hit them. Or we could do it the slow way of going through and investigating every single person who owns one of these vans. Do a little combination of both. I mean, I've investigated all the places. I don't think I can get anything else from them.
Well, I'll forward this to my dad, and he'll get in contact and have the authorities do some looking for the van. And we should probably keep an eye on my sister, as she was threatened in the last one. So if he's going to attack, he might not target a facility next time.
I think he
might go for the
specifically
hostage.
said for you to stay out of it, or you might have to.
Yes, and by Sigma knows in it, we have good bait.
Okay, Your sister, is this a residence too, or is this just...
No, this is the townhouse.
I only recently became in possession of a home at all? I don't understand what you mean by
townhouses aren't... They're not the biggest. They're a little small. But they are nice to have a place away from the busy of the city.
So, here's my... Where's your sister
No,
living?
the townhouse is in the city. It's the one where you
It's
actually
in the
go
city,
into town.
Yeah. It's nice when you
Your
want to be in the
32,000
center of
square
things.
foot mansion from 1740.
Yeah. Is that where the sister's at?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's at the main house.
It's in
Okay.
Petersburg. It's...
How's security there?
The best that money can buy?
So, only okay.
Well, nobody there is capable of fighting a giant metal man, that's true.
Alright. So we're gonna start prodding and then we'll move there to make sure she's covered.
It sounds prudent.
Excellent.
I mean, that's kind of true. How expensive are anti-tank munitions? They'd have to at least hurt the guy. We've got to own some minions, right?
You're in London.
Yeah.
You're in England.
Yes.
You own shotguns.
Historical cannons.
Yeah, you don't get those anymore.
They're parts of the decor.
You don't get
heritage.
You don't get those. You could like have shotguns.
Yeah, for hunting.
That's about it.
It's like I saw Hot Fuzz. They had tons of guns. It's fine. They're all just, for reenactments and hunting.
Yeah, I got paper on this one.
So that's... So are you heading out there? Because that's...
Sounds like the plan.
Do you go out tonight? It's like a several hour drive.
Oh, no, not tonight.
Yeah.
Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over there and make sure she's safe tonight. You could call ahead and let them know I'll be there. And then I'll meet you back here in the morning.
Yeah.
Excellent. Just go ahead and call.
I already sent him an email.
I met your sister to let her know that she's having a new bodyguard come pop up.
Well, you really have to go through my father for that. There's entry into the main house is a bit restricted.
Alright, fair enough.
So yeah, I let my dad know
Mm-hmm.
that he's offered to do some bodyguarding, which I'm sure he'd be happy with.
Yeah,
Because,
seems like...
hey, kids are important.
Yeah, if you think necessary. Yeah, she's... But, he'll forward the information to your mother so that she's aware when... when he
Then
gets
yeah,
there.
we sit and have some drinks and until I get the notice. I'm like, yeah, he's cleared it all out.
Okay.
Excellent. I'll meet you back here in the morning. Stand up, give a little stretch, walk outside, and like as soon as I turn the corner, I'm gone.
I don't go looking for him. I stay in the house.
It's, takes a fair bit of time. Because it's not quite the convenient level of...
Clouds. You made it cloudy. This is not my fault. I said it was sunny.
My name's Bob. I can travel through clouds because
I
I'm
specifically brought it up so I knew if it was cloudy.
It's London. Of course it's cloudy.
That's the joke.
Those spots, like the moonlight's coming through, really giving you some hassle. It takes you a bit of time.
Takes you some of those fractions of a second.
But it is out in the it's out in the country. It's a ways.
I do pop out. I try to pop out away from the camera range, which I'd be fairly familiar with.
I mean, if you're not trying to enter on the...
Yeah, I want to enter through the gate. I don't want to
Yeah.
just show up like an asshole.
Yeah.
I was specifically told not to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, it is...
The man gave me gin. You have to be nice.
Yeah.
Just ideas like, we really want this guy on our side. Why? Money.
We
He has so much money.
We really like money.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, I forget exact the distance, but it's definitely restrictive enough that, you know, it doesn't always make even like a weekend trip back to the, you know, the family estate to see his family for much of the year. Kind of
To be fair, England is smaller than Texas. It's a tiny country.
Yeah.
You can drive across it in like 4 hours.
Well, this is north, but
So it's like 8 hours.
In fact, in Northamptonshire.
Northamptonshire.
Yeah, it is a large estate. It is a large classic home estate.
Now, this is your more traditional house?
In fact, I will even say, well, I can't do a Boston accent. You recognize little hints of that probably from the brief bit that you talked to Maxwell. 'Cause he is from Boston.
Oh, no wonder he felt like he was at home.
For some reason, he wasn't threatened by your accent.
Yeah, strange. Weirdest thing.
But otherwise, yeah, you'll be...
He probably had a nice, fancy Boston accent. I don't.
No. But yeah, he'll be, have someone come to greet you, show you into a room, they'll collect Allison and Anne Louise.
Of course, it's another Allison. It's Alice. What do you know? Another Alice.
Oh, Allison and Alice are very different.
It's the short version of Allison.
No, definitely different names.
I think like the short of like Allison, you'd probably go with like Lisa or something.
Yeah, Lisa could be short for that, yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know.
But, yeah, Anne Louise is 13. So,
Oh, it's Aloise.
Anne Louise. Allison is the mother. Anne Louise is the daughter.
Oh, you like said all of it like it was her name.
Allison and Anne Louise.
Too many
Okay.
A's.
And is this like a child?
Yeah, she's like 13 is the
Okay.
daughter.
It's like 13, a child. I mean, she's a teenager.
She's a child.
She's a child. I've met 13-year-olds. They're
She's
children.
slightly less useless than most children, but still a child.
Allison will, set you aside, and she'll have some questions about, how much threat do you think there really is? What are we?
This is currently purely precautionary. It's merely the manner in which it moved. This man has moved through some hard resistance, not to mention your son. Yes. Seems to be of the capable sort and wasn't able to handle it. I specialize in robotics and security measures involving them.
Very well. And we'll kind of give you at least a bit of a tour, at least of the wing of the property that they are presently occupying.
Alright. Would you mind if I walked around outside a bit, looked at...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No, there is
Good.
basically a whole extra half of this, like the main house, that they do not have on. Like, they have it shut off. They're not heating. They're not. They're not currently staying in that. This house is larger than what the family needs.
I thought they were rich.
Yeah.
Why did they shut off half the house? That's poor people behavior.
There is.
It's environmentally sound.
Yeah. No, that's the we are having an event in company property. We don't need that right now.
Alright, I'm gonna...
There was also a whole other property, or whole other building that has living quarters that a lot of the people that are helping that work on the property stay in, and then has the equestrian center on the back of that. Large fountain and pool. Grounds and with tracks and such for riding.
I'm kind of wandering around doing the if I was to break into this place, brute force method, where would I go? Like doing a full thing, as well as trying to keep an eye out for any spying devices.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if my
Make a spycraft check.
electronic little senses can ping on that or anything. 21.
If he is coming in as he did at the others in a van, he basically has to come through the front gate. Because that has road access, and it's just miles of woodlands beyond the property coming from any other direction. It is out in the country.
Okay.
So if they don't come up through the front gate, then they'd be driving through.
Okay.
If they were not going that way, there'd also be a lot of untraceable, untrackable woodlands to spend a couple days walking through to get to the property in order to access it without going there at all. But that would be...
Alright, I finish up my casing of the joint, and I go back inside and go to my room and fold up my suit very neatly.
Yeah, they give you one that's sort of diagonal across from her room, and Emily's will just basically bunk in the same room.
Alright.
With her mother, so. Do you do anything over the night?
I have to sleep. But otherwise, no, nothing special.
Okay.
I already went through the paper with all the footage and stuff, so.
Yep. Nothing happens. Morning comes. Down to the next day.
I get dressed, inform Mrs. Moore that I intend to head back to the city to investigate further and try to put anything at rest, and then I give her my number, and I say, if anything comes up, call this number, it's my personal cell, and I will come back here as expediently as possible, which is much faster than most.
Yeah, like your fact of I'm going to now go back to the city, like gets kind of a questioned look from.
I'm just gonna zip on back.
Your husband called in a favor or two. I'm not ordinary.
There's a knowing look in her eyes, but yeah.
Alright. I completely lost the accent. Alright, Miss Moore, I'm gonna go ahead and head on back. I'll see you at a later date. Hopefully we can resolve this expediently.
Yes.
Alright. Thank you. And then I just kind of say, start walking down to the road.
Yep.
Out of view of camera, disappear.
It's a little sunnier today.
It might take you a little bit longer to get back.
There are clouds by the time you get into London proper.
Hey, fast moving back. That's fine.
And where do you head to there?
Outside the townhouse.
Okay.
And call. Oh God, that name is so bad. Why is your name dumb? What is it?
It's Mathias.
Matthias. I call Matthias again.
It's biblically speaking, it is the name when they drew lots.
I knew it was some nature of Jesus.
It's one of the old names, man.
Yeah,
Ours is an Old Testament name.
No, that's New Testament.
See, it's Jesus-y.
Yeah.
It's one of those names that's been around.
Yeah.
I answer my phone.
So, you ready to continue the investigation?
Bright and early.
Yeah. Go ahead and come to the door.
I go to my door.
Eventually, he's going to answer the door instead of answering the phone when his phone rings.
Well, I'm more just bring up, like, you can ring the doorbell.
Yeah, but I'm not always
Or
here.
knock.
I feel like if I'm already talking to you, it's weird to knock.
Well, it's not instead of calling.
Oh, I wasn't here when I called.
I mean, you were en route, right?
I mean,
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Usually I haven't left yet when I've called.
You're a jerk. So, what do you guys discuss?
Which one of the factories is most likely to be hit next? And we're gonna go and start staking it out. Let's go shake some bushes. You said your father was gonna. You said your father was gonna go ahead and contact the police force and give them the information I sent you.
That would be the plan, yeah.
Excellent. We
Not a
can,
lot, but hey, more people looking's always better.
yeah, we can see if we can start staking out the van. And do you think you can get approval for a little bit of spending so we can set up some cameras?
I mean, probably.
Want to set up cameras outside of the actual facility, pointing outward, so that we can get alerted if anyone's coming towards it. And then at least if we pick the wrong one, I can still go over there and handle it.
Then yeah, go in and we arrange some. If we can get some quick cameras put up around the perimeters, since our new guy here is apparently can teleport. So then we can then we don't have to be physically in those locations. He can just watch the cameras and teleport to them.
Well, we have the internal cameras if he just needs access to those. It might take a few days to actually get a crew that would... Is it just like one facility, or are we needing it?
Oh, if you
Yeah, speakerphone.
Yeah, if you get the cameras, I can install them in all the facilities today.
Yeah, it'll take longer than that to pull that together.
I mean,
That is just logistics.
you just go to the store and pick up the cameras.
It's not quite that easy to get 17 facilities, likely at least 2 per, that have to function with the existing security system. They'll have to be ordered. I mean...
No, you just go to the store and buy them.
To be clear, he's right. At the point at which we're millionaires, we don't order things. We just buy them and have them flown in same day if needed, and have them installed by a crew that's coming in to do it today because we paid the money to do it today. It's like, I think you might be understanding how much money people that have wealthy 3 have. We just buy them. I mean, sure, if we're going to use the business accounts, we have to do all that to, clear the taxes and everything. But I think this is a situation which we might want to dip into the personal funds and get it done today.
Well, you obviously have the bank card if you want to just do something personal from that. If you'd like me to start still pressing forward to actually get things installed, I can...
I just go and install them all. I can install them.
Yeah, we will keep this. This is a
I'm
precautionary.
not sure if you can. And you have the proper guild accreditations. You're mounting an electronic device as part of a building that is a proper installation. That would.
That's all. I believe.
That's all legal stuff.
That is unions and bullshit.
Yeah.
But
that's not like his company. That is electricians unions, which is a legal thing.
Adam, you're allowed to install things on a company with the permission of the owner, whether or not you're a member of the union.
Tying into the building's electricity.
No, you can just plug it in. Adam, it's an outlet. You're saying, though, I have to call the union every time I plug in a toaster.
I think you're thinking of buying something different than I'm thinking you're thinking of buying then.
Cameras.
Okay, I'm thinking of like a security camera. What kind of camera are you getting?
You can just buy plug-and-play security cameras.
Yeah.
But they don't need to be wired in or nothing. They're just like really glorious dash cams. These things are USB compatible and everything.
I think you've just said a couple of things that no.
Those all
We're
work.
2010.
Oh, we are in the past.
Yeah, all you have to do is do an Ethernet to connect them. And yes, I'm perfectly capable of installing all of them. No, I don't have any guild accreditation. However, I don't need to install it into your mainframe particularly. I need to install it into a computer. It doesn't have to be hooked into your system. It just needs to be something I can access.
We just do a bunch of closed circuit things, buy 17 computers, set up like a little hobby spot on top of each building.
Yeah, you've probably just done that. You've probably, you've set up little tables with stuff like on top of the building that's completely self-contained and just runs an extension cord.
We just run some Wi-Fi and then we do it all remotely. And it's like, so what? We need
if you just set up like a little thing on top of the building, that you can do.
It doesn't need to be a permanent installation. We're handling a temporary crisis.
Yeah, no.
In which case, yes, I just use the bank card and I just buy this stuff.
Yeah.
And then we can just all have it feeding into a central location. Through the internet, which is a thing in 2010.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
No, quite specifically, he offered that he could just give you the access to the cameras for all the facilities through the internet currently, because that they do already have.
Oh yeah, we would have that patched in as well. Sure.
However,
we
externals.
need externals so that your minimal damage can be done to the building before we show up,
and also to track the van.
And to track the van and his accomplice, because there's an accomplice.
Because this guy isn't exactly piston firing with all his brain matter here.
So.
Then that's what we spend our day. We could just go and buy a bunch of computers and camera stuff.
And to go around a few different shops and do...
What do you mean you don't have that many?
Yeah.
We don't have that many. Well, just give me all the ones you have.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because like any sort of permanent installation with this would just be a nightmare. But now you're just... We've set up a rig on the roof.
Yeah, it's fine.
We've bought bar carts.
And then we do it that way.
Yeah.
And it's not even like, it doesn't even really have to be that hidden, though I could spycraft it to try and hide it. It doesn't really need to be.
Hidden mostly by the people don't tend to look up.
And he's a robot. Nobody cares about... The robots notoriously can't look up. They're like dogs.
Heads don't go that way.
He didn't see you until you jumped down from the rafters.
That's true.
The guy's clearly an idiot.
But yeah, so,
spend our day installing cameras.
Make a technology check.
8 plus technology is 17.
17? It takes you about 13 hours. So.
For all of them?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And that's with him going off to the next facility to buy things, and you just taking the things around the corner and going and putting up in a couple of places and coming back. Because you couldn't realistically drive to all the locations in that.
No, I don't have enough weight to take them with me.
Hmm?
I only have 60 pounds that I can carry with me besides my weight, because I can do 200 pounds, and I'm 140 pounds.
Yeah, so you can take a couple of them at a time, and...
Well, I doubt that, obviously. I just pop.
Yeah, you just zap around to set things up on the roofs.
Hook it into a server so we can just broadcast it online. To us. It's very specifically just to us.
Now, to the best of your ability.
It's a little janky, but it works.
It's a lot janky, but it works.
It's jerry-rigged. It's not janky. The cameras are
Otherwise,
so nice. They're just
probably close to evening by the time that you're actually finishing that up.
Yep, still in the same suit. Because I don't have spare clothes on me.
I'm sure you have a bag with your t-shirt and jeans.
Put them on to do the work.
What do you do in the evening?
Watch the screens.
From?
Probably the
Townhouse?
townhouse. There's gin there.
Order in for some nice steaks.
Uneventful evening.
It's like it'd be just like, oh, you want some steaks? I want some steaks. Call in a chef, have him drive up, cook steaks for us.
Yeah, you just
Being fabulously wealthy.
choose your favorite restaurant. Call the head chef.
They'll come over.
They themselves come.
I call the mansion's head of security whilst we're doing it, and I just make sure you keep me informed if anything happens.
Business as usual. This is much easier than actually sticking up the physical factories.
Except you can't do anything if they.
That's true.
But it was, yeah, and probably by that point, they have you also on the cameras for the internals as well as for the, at least the external security of the home. But yeah, this evening was pretty uneventful.
Excellent. Next day, go to sleep. Watch the cameras.
Yeah, I presume throughout the night you
Yeah.
probably take shifts and yeah. You are smart enough to.
But yeah, just keep watch and take the opportunity to being at home to get some book work done. You know, keep those skills fresh. I got finals coming up.
You're 30.
Yeah, I got to finish up my subsidiary degrees.
Well, remember, you were just not in society for much of that time.
Yeah, I'm almost finished. Medical licenses take a lot of work learning.
You know, you went from halfway through high school to gone for
A while.
11 years. Next day, do anything other than just sit and
Watch cameras. Feeling Chinese food.
Yeah.
do you
Some good authentic Chinese.
try and actually go do anything at any of the facilities that day, or anything with the information you have? Or
Well, the police are looking into the other information.
I trust in the
they're
professional.
specifically looking into owners of
Sprint vans.
the other vehicles.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's all that I would be doing too, is looking
Okay.
into that. There isn't anything else really that I found to investigate. I mean, I suppose I can do a little research on the side of people who are intelligent enough to make robots. And grants are... I'll look into the unions and go around forums and see who's rabble-rousing for the union specifically for these buildings.
Yeah, make an investigation.
Ooh, that was good. Investigation 23.
23. So you can find a little stirring very recently. But not a lot. And nothing before the first attack began. Nothing. Like there was no calls or cry for it, no group behind this that you can, at least not that you've been able to find.
Okay. I start crafting on the forums for that. I start writing about what kind of dumb cunt, because it's England, and that's the language you have to use,
It's important.
would go and wreck people's places of work like this. Don't they understand that people are trying to feed their families? They're shutting down businesses. They're causing disruptions. Just basically mocking them as small-brained morons who probably are poorly endowed and don't know what to do with what they have. Just crafting a real beaut of an insult and putting it out there on all the forums that he says that, and just basically insulting them for dumb and trying to get people to rally around them being idiots.
That's
Is there,
true.
is it a crafting check? I don't know.
No, it's just something that you've done. And that now you have to live with.
I mean, it's no worse than an upper decker.
I hate you.
I'm trying to stir them up so that they do something. So yeah, you have to stir them up, you have to be obnoxious. It's like the old investigation method of you start poking around until someone tries to kill you, then you investigate them.
Then you know you're on the right track.
Yeah.
If nobody's trying to kill you, how big is the truth you're really after? Not that big.
Yep, man is measured by his enemies. Which is why I'm enemies with school buses. They're always in the goddamn way. Listen, it's not a glorious enemy, but I think it's important.
I hate you. But yeah, so you stir the pot.
Just add a little pepper in there, just give it a quick stir.
Yeah. Anything further? Anything from you with the information that you have?
He probably laughs at what I've written. Just like well crafted.
Do you check anything on the other facilities? Do you go wait on the rafters? Do you?
No, I mean, I called in for help from a professional, so I listened to the professional, and he says we got cameras.
You're also the professional.
I'm literally a rich kid who's been spent the most of his formative years in a desert. And I already failed at punching the man made of metal, so I'm going to trust the professional.
I mean, this is how spying do. You just...
Staker, you gotta wait.
Yeah. We're waiting for them to mess up.
Specifically not a stakeout.
Well, it was steak in. They brought it.
Yeah.
What do you order for dinner this evening?
Ooh. I mean, fish and chips. I'm in London, right?
Right. I'll order some real nice ones.
A little bit after you've ordered, but before they arrive.
Rude. Just an outrageous time to plan this attack. I'm going to electrocute that dude so good for interrupting my fish and chips.
Make a spycraft check.
14.
On one of the buildings that has enough traffic go around it that it's hard they're not all hard to easy to tell necessarily is something going on. Is that a large man or a normal sized man? Kind of things. But you do notice at a point in one of the wood shops when all of the internal cameras go off.
Just like,
Yeah.
there. Go ahead and start calling people. And I disappear into the cue screen right in front of him.
So not quite teleporting.
It's about, for you, 25-minute drive away.
Yeah, I let people know. Like, we possibly have an incident at this facility. Is this after working hours?
Yes.
Yeah, like the
that's
others?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I head out.
Who do you let know?
I let Dad know.
Okay.
I'll let him know that we're en route to catch the ne'er-do-well.
Careful. I'll alert security at home.
Of course.
You're a fair bit faster.
Get on the motorcycle.
Are you motorcycling?
Well, it'd be something, probably be like a really fancy one, but definitely economical, because you're in London.
Kind of like a Vespa kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a Vespa. Really nice Vespa.
You could just hop on a Ducati.
Yeah.
I mean, all motorcycles get pretty good gas mileage for how fast they can go.
That's true.
Yeah, no, it's probably something that's more of a...
It's way
town
worse
bike.
when you're paying liters per gallon instead of liters instead of gallons for pricing. So they pay like $7 a gallon out there.
Pounds per liter.
Yeah, pounds per liter. Makes a lot of sense.
Sorry. I am American, and it sounds funny to my mind.
They have a dollar store equivalent. It's called Pound Town.
Really? Really? I mean, we have Dollar Tree. I don't know
And
if we
Dollar
can...
General.
Which isn't really a dollar store. Although, apparently neither is Dollar Tree anymore.
No, inflation.
Yeah. But, so you pop in, where do you go to front door? Where do you...
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of, again, so front door leads into internal lobby door that then heads into facility, and then sort of as you go is this large metal man who is at this point pulling like the table of a table saw off of the saw part of the table saw.
I don't see any reason to give him warning. Straight into him.
Hmm?
This was I'm going to try to.
Sure. What are you trying to...
Go pop into him and shut him down.
Okay. Do you have like an attack or something, or...
This is a person. You can't just use your electronical powers.
He doesn't know that. With any of the
Yeah.
information you've communicated,
Oh.
he thinks it's a robot.
Oh,
Yeah.
You've literally called it Robot Man.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
He was made of metal. He
I'm
was
trying
made
to
of
shut
metal.
him down.
He was made of metal. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to shut him down.
So are you just trying to go into him to like investigation more like?
Yeah, kind of. I'm basically trying to scry into his body.
Okay. As you try and sort of sense your way into there, you find that the metal coats the outside and it's all gushy, humany bits underneath there.
Oh, well, in that case, I just kind of go, "Excuse me, we're closed."
Actually, you're making investigation.
Yeah.
Making an actual investigation. Let's spend your action on that.
I know why this happened. It's because you touched my dice after you touched his dice.
That's possible.
12.
12. Yeah, no, you're too weirded out by that to really find out any further information.
Excuse me, we're closed. You're going to have to come back to destroy a different time.
The table part of the saw falls off onto the ground. But might is right.
Fair enough. Shoot him. Electric.
You must make attacks.
Make an initiative roll.
I rolled a 16.
You don't have initiative bonus?
I don't know. Where's initiative?
There's no spot for it on the paper. Seems like an oversight.
It does seem like an oversight.
Unless you have any other bonuses to it, it's your agility.
Oh, and then it's 20.
I have a bonus to it. I also have high agility.
Yeah, you also have fighting.
Yes, a whole lot of fighting.
Yeah, I've got a whole lot of no. I don't have stats per se.
Nah, based on where your character puts their points, my character put most of their points over here and in here.
Yeah, I have skills.
And in which point, yeah, you can make that attack.
8 plus 7, so that's 15.
15 versus
I'm pretty sure it's a plus 7.
and that is a ranged attack.
Yes,
So that would be
it's range 12
his
precise.
dot, which I think that says more if your turn. So, so your target DC for this is 16.
I got a 15.
Metal Man steps out of way to... Stay out of this like the desert, baby. I'll string you up.
Oh, here's the thing. Super hard to do with me. Not turn insubstantial.
I think that's another action, right?
It's part of my movement, isn't it? I have accurate attack. I don't know what that does.
That's a maneuver. What do you have?
Oh yeah, it is
do you have an
accurate attack.
advantage?
Yeah, yes, you have the advantage to make it where when you do that, you do better than...
Oh, so it would have been a 16 to hit.
Well, you would have to be making an accurate attack
Because it
which would have been
damage.
declaring that because you're going to be less powerful.
It doesn't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to declare that. And I think that the numbers
Okay.
are slightly different on the accurate attack, like if you have the advantage for it.
Yeah, I don't know the system. Probably should have done that, but yeah. Oh well. I get in my energy form is insubstantial.
Yeah, it's when you make an accurate attack, you can take a penalty of up to -5 to the attack, to the effect in order to get the same bonus to your attack. So you can,
Okay.
so instead of just being 1 or 2, it can be up to 5.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. So anyways, but you were saying you're insubstantial?
Yeah, energy form.
Action free.
Whoop. I'm also afraid of small birds, apparently.
I know.
I forgot I gave myself a crippling fear of small birds.
Birds aren't real. They're just government drones.
I wish, then I could take control of them.
Very advanced government drones made in like bio-clone bats.
You.
Anyways.
So I think I'm immune to physical attacks. I have to be hit by energy because it's insubstantial 3.
Well, he picks up that table part of the table saw and he like hurls it and it goes right through you.
Oh,
I'm just gonna say he hits dead, like impressively dead on without rolling. It just goes right through.
And since it's subtle and substantial, I still look like me. I'm just hologram me. So I'm not a crackling blue outline. He probably notices when the thing goes through me
Yeah.
that like lightning might crackle off of it, but in itself, it being insubstantial is subtle because I paid for it.
Okay.
I paid the extra points to make everything subtle. And I just kind of go, oh, poor buddy. I'm going to try and hit him again.
Okay.
That hits. 12 plus 7 is
Yeah.
19. So yeah, it's 12.
Okay.
Range 12.
So we have some hit. So that
He
hits,
gets
which means
toughness, right?
Yeah, he rolls a toughness.
Versus your DC.
I wrote down stuff for how the fighting works, so it's less clunky than last time.
Yeah, he makes toughness versus your DC.
So 19, and that's 15 plus your damage rank. What is your damage rank from your power?
12?
12,
Or
so-
is that part of my energy control, which I have 7?
Nope, it's 12.
No, your energy control is what you're adding to your attack.
Oh, yeah. I moved it so it's on the correct page. Look at that.
Yeah, no, that's where that comes from.
So it's 12.
So it's
there's
12
an initiative
plus-
marker there.
So it's this.
Oh, there is, yeah, initiative. It's Blake.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that.
It's that thing we didn't fill out. Got it.
I was like, I figured there's got to be a spot, but I couldn't find it earlier.
Yeah, it was just over in the combat section.
Weird.
Weird. So 12 and 15 is 27. He rolled a 19, so that is... How many... So now we go into...
Okay, so it's
19, and then that's 24, and then that's 29. So 2 degrees of failure? Right?
Yeah, 1 for failing and 1 for being 5 off.
Yep.
and it's 12 plus the 12, or is it 12,
12 plus 15.
Is it always 15?
Always 15.
That's your DC for
Toughness versus damage rank plus 15.
Okay.
Yep.
Because that's your DC.
So 2 failures, dazed until the end of their next turn, and -1 circumstance penalty to further checks against damage. dazed is on another sheet.
It only takes a single standard.
Yeah, maybe we'll take a single standard action.
It's like being slow. Ah, there is no slow, so yeah, it's like being slow.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do now, Metal Man?
He kind of screams a bit. That's a free action.
He standard action screams, Jesus Christ! He's like ripping
No, man, he's powering up. That's what he's doing.
Okay.
Gotta be careful.
And of course, there's all the environmental stuff of a wood shop around here.
I would think so. No one? That was gold. Y'all suck.
Oh, I would think so. I'm just that slow.
I missed it entirely.
Slow as sap.
Pretty lumbering.
But, yeah, he will move, away and kind of, just kind of, like, get into a position for, let's say, a rip saw. As if he's going to do something with it, but he had to use his standard action to move, so he doesn't get to do it right away because he's dazed. But he takes that dazed off.
I move over. I just go.
I mean, he's still within your.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
20 whatever.
shoot him again. Oh, poor buddy.
I mean, I don't think you have
26.
anything that lowers your crit,
Yeah, no,
So,
it doesn't. But
yeah.
It's just 26. So
which is the same as anything that hits. So
yeah,
hitting extra doesn't mean anything.
I like it.
Yes,
No, last time I got real confused by
Oh, okay.
it. So now he rolls a toughness.
Oh, buddy.
Buddy.
Oh, buddy.
So,
This is 27, and he rolled a 4.
what is that? So 17, so another -1, obviously. And then 3 degrees and staggered.
Which means we get to look up staggered.
Staggered should be pretty easy to find that.
Dazed and hindered. Move at -1 speed and only single action. It's down there. It's a combined condition.
Hold on. There's a thing I can do. Hold on. He takes his turn to catch his breath and bounce back a bit.
Oh, he's using his recovery.
Yeah, he's using his recovery because he can.
That's about it, yeah.
Once per conflict. And he can then recover that staggered. Yeah.
Fucking vents open and just...
Go! Just go!
Oh, no, you see, sweetheart, that's not how this is working out. You fucked up. 17. 19, sorry. 19.
$18. Because he gets +2 to his active defenses while he's doing that, but... Recovering gets you a bonus to defense while... not enough.
Oh, buddy. He's rolling
Toughness.
so bad.
All of his toughnesses have been kind of bad.
See, it's because it touched Vic's dice. I'm telling you, it's cursed.
So 20 versus 27, so that's 2, so that's a -3 total now.
Is that back to the...
And that's back on dazed.
Yeah, the staggered. So
No,
it's
he's dazed.
Just dazed.
Just dazed.
Yep, just dazed.
Yeah, how's it feel now that you gotta fight somebody that you can't damage?
And he, like... He tears off... Unless you have anything specific for, like, machining that you would know, just make a normal intelligence check.
I have tech. I have knowledge about technology. That's about it. As far as bonuses, so it's either 20 or something higher.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, okay, so yeah, 20's pretty fine. Like, he grabs, like, the side door of this, like, ripsaw, and he, like, tears it off. Like a piece of metal that, you know, like, this is like a door that opens and closes. Like, this would not hinder anything. And he just sort of, like, as he's used his action to do that, and he yells out, "Is it enough? Let's go!"
He's not talking to me. I just kind of go, "Who are you talking to there, big man?" I'm gonna shoot him again. Oh, no.
20 does do something.
Oh, precious angel.
So it does hit.
Probably adds DC.
It can do a few things. It's kind of up to you. If you would like, you can just add an extra level of success on your... it's a +5 on the actual, like, a damage part of it. If you'd rather do some sort of alternate or additional effect, you can do things like that too. So if you just want to up your numbers and be 1 degree higher on the damage chart, you can do that. Or if you'd like to try and do something fancy, we can...
How am I supposed to make him asleep?
Let's see. You could, I guess, attempt to drop something like that. It would be effective rank 0, which would mean basically you would be against a DC of 10 to resist that, if you want to try and do that.
Now I'll just add
The damage? Okay. So he rolls toughness. It's almost
Hey,
good.
he got over a 10, though.
Yeah, no. So...
That's still a
25. 25, and then -3, so 22.
And it's against a 35?
So, well, what is your normal one? I'll just...
It's 12, but then...
12 and 15 is... So 27.
27.
So 22... So it's already 2, and then it becomes 3 because of the other thing, so...
Welcome
and
to
then
staggered.
back to staggered. I had a way to just recover it. And you said you'd kind of moved to be within...
Yeah, I moved a little bit, so I'm
Yeah.
getting straight lines on him.
Dropping that door, he charges you. So... is make his full movement and then attack at...
His
It's
movement's
negative.
at -1.
Yeah.
Does he have a movement rank?
Why is it -1? What's
Hindered.
the other part of staggered? Yeah.
Hindered.
Hinder,
Move at -1 speed rank. How much move rank does he have?
I don't know. Probably nothing, but... Is that a movement? Because, hold on. Can he do this? He might be able to do this. Charge, in a mode of movement available to you. Is that movement or is that a special power? Is it movement or a power?
I mean, wouldn't he just go through them anyway? Unless his meat parts are do electrical damage. Well, I suppose electricity wouldn't hurt you very much.
Yeah, I'm immune to electricity.
Action free, so I guess that means he can just do it as part of his normal moving. So he charge leaps into you. Because he can leap real far. So, and then makes it a -2 circumstance penalty for charging. 7 and 8 is 15. Would that hit?
I don't know. My dodge says 8, but I don't think
So your dodge is going to be
Well, this is
10 plus the value.
So 18.
Yes.
well, this is melee, right? So he has to use parry.
Yeah, you would have to use parry. What is your parry?
Oh,
Yeah.
3.
So 13. So yeah, so he goes right into you. You're insubstantial still, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
So, whoosh. Yeah, stumbles right through you. No! No, brings it to your turn.
I'm going to scry. I have a 60-mile scry radius. I'm going to use my cameras and everything that I've set up to try and scry around.
Okay. What are you in?
I'm looking for his partner.
Okay.
Whoever he's talking to. I don't know. I'm not sure what you want me to roll for that, but I rolled a 3, so if it's spycraft, that'd be great. But otherwise,
I guess.
and spycraft, it'd be a 13. Investigation, it'd be a 12.
You're not able to find anything externally.
They turned off the internal cameras. Okay. Next round, I'm going to try and turn them back on, I guess. Yeah, I reappear in the room again.
Mm.
Because it's scrying, I don't know.
You know, it doesn't matter. I feel like I gave you a wrong hint. Just make a perception check for him. What is your, or rather, what is your perception bonus plus 10? Let's do a passive. Let's
17.
17. Okay.
That's good because I rolled another 3.
You do notice as he leaps right through you, that the light on his back is a couple little tubes that go out of the back of his neck and into some sort of odd box that otherwise all of his metal looks like metal on skin, but otherwise there's a weird box kind of tucked behind his shirt on his back that you see when he's right close because he leaps right through you.
Through the box.
Okay, so what are you trying to do? Destroy the box, or?
Stun. Can I set my fingies to stun?
I think you would have to have an ability for that, do you?
You would have to have an ability for that.
I just have precise and accurate.
You might be able to... Hold on. There's a thing you can do. You got a little dot. Points.
So the stun's an affliction.
Yeah.
I have great endurance.
Okay, so you can use extra effort to do a power stun. Gain an alternate effect that lasts until the end of the scene or until its duration expires, whichever comes first. Not usable on permanent effects. So that would be extra effort, the fortitude, but you can use your hero point if you want to do that without gaining the fatigued. So basically you are alternate affecting probably your blast.
I have great endurance.
+4 on endurance. It's plus whatever your endurance is.
I thought it helped out with the extra effort thing.
Yeah, +4 when you're doing endurance.
Okay.
Making checks against fatigue.
Okay,
starvation,
that was
thirst.
just me being I am spy. I can do these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do that.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm gonna extra effort. And where's the rest of the effort table? Can I see the effort table? Because I can double it.
because this is going to be. Yeah, there might be something that makes you better at do the thing you do, or so we're looking for affliction.
Yep.
So how many points is your attack? Your
12.
12. Okay. So
It's basically the same thing except instead of targeting toughness, the
So
target's
he
like
would have-
fortitude.
and what are you trying to? You said stunned is what you're trying to.
Yeah. So I'm just going to use my regular effort thing, and I'm not going to use my hero point to get rid of the exhaustion because I feel there's better uses of that point.
Okay, dazed, entranced, fatigued, hindered, impaired, vulnerable, compelled, defenseless, disabled, exhausted, immobile, or stunned. Okay, so stunned would be if you can get two. Let's see here. Would be, I guess, dazed if you only get one. But okay, so it's 12, so you do the thing. He needs a fortitude save. And so, well, you said exhausted, but are you doing multiple effects from it or just one? Because if you do just one, you only go to fatigued. You don't go go up unless you do too much. Trying to do.
Yeah, I'll just do fatigued
Okay.
because there's nothing else to add.
So he does fortitude check. Okay.
Now,
So-
of course, he rolls good.
Yep, so 29 versus 12 and 10
22.
is 22. So he managed to succeed. So he is not
Do I
stunned or dazed.
still do damage?
No.
It's affliction.
Yeah, it's
a
affliction.
status effect.
Yeah, you're using a stats thing.
This guy go, what do you got on your box there, big man?
He just screams like he can't stop to take a breath to say anything because he's just screaming.
Oh.
I'm going to try and go into the box.
Wait, he has a turn right now.
Oh, I forgot.
You know.
Thought he spent his whole turn yelling.
Yeah, I thought he was just...
No, free action scream. And whatever, he charges at you again or something.
Okay.
He literally has nothing to affect insubstantial.
That's right. How's it feel? Being outmatched.
Not good.
Alright, I'm going to try and go into the little box on his back.
Alright, what do you try?
I'm
Does that
scry the box is in particular, I suppose.
yeah, okay. Make, investigation. Yeah.
He's trying to fight. I'm like, what's going on over here? 25.
25. It looks like it's transmitting some sort of signal.
Can I follow it?
You not with just the information from while he's out and
I need to knock him
resist. Yeah, while he's out and resisting, you're not really able to.
It's like
You can tell kind of what it's doing, but you can't get details because it keeps moving.
All right.
He shoulder checks one of the poles that is holding up the ceiling, and just kind of bends that buckled like as if he's like trying to like knock down a giant bat to hit you with.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him again. 7, 7, 14. I miss.
Yeah, you miss. I have damaging objects here. Wait, no, you can just take 10. So yeah, he kind of like knocks like one of the poles down as he's like trying to. If this thing is kind of like half dangling by some cables that were holding, ran up along the ceiling and tied to it. Now it's.
21.
Yeah. Okay. So he makes toughness. Oh, this might be it.
Poor buddy.
5 minus 4 is 1, so 16 versus yours is 15 plus
27.
27, so 15.
3 fails.
3 fails, he
16.
already is stunned, so stun doubles to incapacitated. And he like just kind of like falls, and like as he like falls, he like kind of tangles amongst that pole that he was messing about and like snaps. Like we're probably some Ethernet cables or whatever into the ceiling as it just sort of collapses down.
You know, I usually take cable breaking real personal, but this time I'm gonna let it go.
And that is where we are going to pick it up next time. You each get one of your advancement points.
Yeah.
And with might laying out on the ground on here, and you, maybe halfway there at this point. We will pick up next time and see what you learn. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye.